Hi guys, and welcome to tonight's episode of Forex Fire TV, episode 22 I think it is now. My name's John Docherty, Forex Fire, part of this great amazing community of like-minded people, the Financial Freedom Ninjas, where we learn together, trade together and win together. Excuse me. Right, so tonight is just going to be a little bit of an impromptu sort of video using or looking towards something that I don't really use as much, but we are doing it within this great trading group, okay? We've got a plethora of different strategies and we are sort of condensing and restructuring everything where we are sort of making it the ninja trading system, okay? And we are teaching everybody how to trade from zones and pitchforks and things like that at this moment in time with an amazing tool that we have that is exclusive, that I underline, highlight and hashtag that word, exclusive to our team called the Ninjacator, okay, which we will do another video on. But for now, I'm just going to show you a little bit about pitchforks and how you can trade these from a naked chart aspect, as well as part of a tool which is in the package of what we do as a trading community, okay? But for tonight, I'm going to show you from the aspect of what a pitchfork is, what it's about, how it derived, and just how important it is and how you can use the fire starter strategy in conjunction with this as well. Okay, so again, if you're watching this video for the first time, please comment, like, share. I like to see the engagement. If it's useful or you find it informative, just let me know what you think. Again, if you are seeing this in somebody else's timeline, get back to that person. They'll get you on the path to success with this amazing community. Okay, guys? So that's all the housekeeping out of the way. Just share my screen. Pitchforks, what's it about? So the person who invented pitchforks was Dr. Alan Andrew. Okay, now you do have a pitchfork on the TradingView. Okay, there's two different types. You do have pitchforks on your TradingView. Okay, you can have many different variations with regards to what these lines are, the 25s, the 1s, the 50s and things like that, where you're going to get a lot of testing and retesting within these areas. And you also have a shift, one called a shift, okay? And where the shift came from, it was a student of Dr. Alan Andrew who noticed certain patterns within the 50% maneuver of the structural pattern, okay? So we'll get onto this one, the shift one, and it was named after that student, but we'll get onto that on another video on how you can use this as well as the standard formation pitchfork, okay? But tonight I'm going to show you just how Dr. Alan Andrews came about drawing up a pitchfork formation, okay? Now it's 3 anchor points basically. And what you're doing is you're looking from a sort of high point, which we've got one here, and then you're looking for anchor point 1, that's this here. You're then looking at the higher high, we've got that here, and then you're looking for the lower high point, which is here, okay? Now what Dr. Alan Andrew done was he basically drew a fib retracement from that high point down to the wick of that low, right? And if you notice, we've got a 0.5 line, okay? Now, what he found out was if he drew a rear going from that to the halfway point of that fib of the high and low, okay, guys, just follow with me. You drew that, and then what he did was he cloned an area with that rear that he created. And what happened with that was, just get that here without disturbing anything, he drew to the anchor point there, okay, guys? And then he done the same, let's just move this up, he done the same to make an anchor point 2, okay? And I'm just going to show you this, clone that. That's made a standard pitchfork, okay, guys? You can see from there, that's your standard pitchfork, what Dr. Alan Andrew did. Now, there was, within the pitchfork, you're going to get a lot of respect within sort of areas of zones and other things. Again, if we just get rid of some of the noise, let's get rid of that because we drew that up now. This here is what you call a median line, okay, guys? Now, what he found that this would get respected at some point through the transition of the market structure, okay? Now, what you would find if I drew a standard pitchfork on here now, so we go from here to here to here, you'll see we've more or less got the pitchfork maneuver there, okay? But these days, the pitchfork is standard within your trading view, to be fair. So I'll just get rid of these, and then that's a little bit of a history lesson out the way with. What we'll do is we'll draw the pitchfork up, and I'm just going to show you how good these pitchforks can be, okay? Then we're going to look at some other pairs, and then we'll do another video about the shift pitchfork and what that's all about. So we go from the high point to a higher high down to that lower high, okay? So let's just zone in on this. We need to go to a standard. That's a shift, original, right? So let's just zone in on here. We got that there. Got that there. We've got that there. Right. So you'll notice, guys, I start these on a 1 hour chart. This is the Great British Pound JPY. Okay. Now I'll go down to a 15-minute from this entry. This is just so I can catch those areas of importance, catch the trigger points, and most certainly catch where the areas come out of the zones. Okay. This bit is vital to how I trade the pitchfork from a naked chart aspect. Okay. Now, you will notice what we have here. We had a breaker structure within the candles here from the hour pitchfork, but we still had a few candles come up. There's 4 candles within that hour. Okay, so what we've got to do, if we go onto here and we draw the fire zone, the fire starter fibs, we go from here down to here. Let's take a look. Get it on there, and that's the area of interest. Yep, that's the area of interest there. So what you've got, let's just drill this down. You've got different fibs on here, guys. And if you want to see what these fib levels are and what they mean, you just need to look back on the previous video. But I'm going to show you the power of risk to reward using the fibs, the fib ratio that I've got here combined with the pitchfork. And this is done on a naked chart, okay, guys? So we've had the breaker structure from the pitchfork. This should normally come back into play within this zone here. So I've drew up the pitchfork from outside the pitchfork, okay? And again, this would just be visual. We've got it from here, and we go to 1 candle to the left. We wait for the breaker structure, and then the retest, okay? So what's happened was the breaker structure is from this line here, this green line, okay? So we've come down, we've had a test, breaker structure, then we've had the retest here. Now, guys, this is where this gets really exciting for me. We go on a short, we drop that in here. We put the risk to reward on the red tool. From there, as I told you, the median line, which in this instance is this yellow line on the pitchfork, is normally respected. Okay, and again, I need to get that down on here properly. The median line is normally respected up to 80% of the time. So if we go down to here, and you will see where that median line was respected. Let's have a look. We got it right here, and again, this is right on the money with regards to another area that I have as a target, and we hit that around out here. That is a risk to reward of 14 to 1, 1 to 14. Okay, guys, fantastic stuff. Pip wise, let's just see what that caught. Just that line. Where are we at? Around about 127 pips. Again, just to prove that this isn't a fluke, I'm going to go up the GBP NZD, which was another pair I was looking at. Let's just take a look. Right, this is triggered off from last night, to be fair. Let's get this back on short. Yeah, this is what I was looking at last night. This is triggered off. I'm sorry to go for the tangent, but this is triggered off from last night, to be fair. So I was looking at this to trigger off there. And then come down to the downside. At the moment, sorry about this, guys. At the moment, this has got us around about 16 or 17 pips it's been at. Where was it? I was looking at GBP Chef. So this one, GBP card. Let's just take a look at some of these UNZD, GBP USD. Might have been this one, I think it was. Right, so on this one, we've got, this is on a median. This is a shift. We go back to the full original. Right, guys, so what we've got in here, and this caught a lot of pips for me today. On here, we've got drilled down to 15-minute. From there, we've got, like I say, the fibs. Go from here up to that, to the left. We've come out, we've retested, then we've shot off. Okay, guys? Again, you could go to the medium line. We more or less got it on there. We more or less got it to here. So our risk to reward on a long, from there to the red, up to here, that's given a risk to reward of 1 to 8. However, this went on even further. Now you've noticed I've got a new fib line on here. And I noticed this fib line very, very responsive with regards to respecting. And that's this 6.618. Okay, guys? So if I just scroll that out and I take that up to that line, this has given us a risk to reward of 1 to 15. Okay, guys? That there is total pips, a 203 pip maneuver. Okay, but even if you didn't want to wait that long, there are certain ways you can trade this. Okay, let's just get this along here. We've got a tool on here which is exclusive to our team called an indicator. Now you notice we got the ninja up. Okay, you could have traded from here until it set down, then you could have got out. Okay, so that was one trade. From there, I would technically wait until we've more or less come back out of these zones, this zone of the pitchfork, and then I'd be looking to sort of put these fib levels back on. So we get rid of this. So if you take note, we've got an area here, and we've got possibly an area here. In fact, we'll do it from here. Let's take a look. Take off the ninja. Right, so going from that swing low up to that point there, we've come down, tested, and then it's got you a few pips, but it's cancelled you out. Okay, so that takes you down to your next area, down to here. Let's just take a look, because you're not going to win them all, and that's what I'm open and honest about. Come down to here. There we have it. So you've come down, you've had a breakout, you've had a retest, and again, you're off to the races with this. Let's just see what kind of risk to reward we'll get on this one. This one looks to be a good risk to reward, to be fair. So from there, there's barely 2 pips of drawdown, to be fair. This one's going to be phenomenal. Look at this. To the medium line. Remember that medium line? The yellow line. Did we hit it? Did we hit that medium line? Not quite yet, but at the moment, this is shot up to that level there. That there, guys, from that swing low, that has given us a risk to reward of, that looks like 180 to 1. Now the best risk to reward I've had so far using the harmonic pattern of the harmonic tool has been around about 77 to 1. Okay, guys. But again, what I'm looking for at the moment, especially from a naked chart aspect, is where these come out of the pitchfork zones at the moment. Okay, and then I'll wait for these low points, or these new lower lows, or high highs sort of thing, depending on which way we're going with the trend. And then I'll be looking to lock in those swing points with a 1% risk. Yes, you may get stopped out with a 1% of your balance sort of taken away, But when you are using this pitchfork, okay, and you're outside of your playing field of that pitchfork, and you hit the correct swing point, and that comes back in towards your playing field, which is where you're going, and you're going to head towards this median line, which is 80% of the time going to be hit. Again, this guy's 108. What was it? I think that was 100, 180. Let's see if we can get this. 189.9. So you might as well see 190 to 1. So again, this strategy is absolutely fantastic. 1 to 190. 2% on that. Need I see more? But you know, this is fantastic stuff. Again, let's have a look at EuroJPY, see if we can find some more. I think we've already looked at this one, to be fair. Let's take a look. This one's made its move. We've come down. We've had a retest onto here. Okay, we'll go towards that medium line. Just take a look at that. We're down here. We're here so far. Again, you see how where we've come out and retest out the zone. There's 1 to 18 on that alone. And this is done off naked charts as well, guys. Euro NZD. Euro USD. GBP. Again, this is one I was drawing up earlier on that we're just looking at. It's the markets are coming to a close now. They're getting very slow, to be fair. USD chef. Entity chef. Let's have a little play with this. Pitchfork from the low. Get rid of that. Start from the 1 hour. Right. So you could see from the low, new high, then to the low here. Again, let's just drill in on this. It's a high point. Low point. And then there we are. Right, guys, let's have a look at this. 15 minutes. Let's just see what happens with the shift one on this, guys. Let's have a look. Shift. Change that to a shift. You see what I mean? Right, this is a prime example. So that's your original. That's your original, right? You've got your straightforward pattern with regards to the Dr. Alan Andrews, okay? Schiff was his student. He found out that the 50% of the markup on the pitch would result in an extra area of zonal zones. And as you can see on here, we are within that zone there. So that's a great prime example, to be fair, okay? Again, let's just drill into this. I'll try it from the shift technique, 15 minutes. Again, get onto the fibs, go from that high down to there. Just need to have a look on this just to see if this would have been activated from there. Right, so that's from that'll be from break. We've had a break there and a test, and then it's shut off. So yes, that's a successful trade. From there, guys, again, you've just seen me draw this up on a naked chart. We're going to go out from out the zone. We're going back in. We're going on a short. You're drilling this down into there. Your medium line is a yellow line. Okay, there's a 1 to 9. There's a 1 to 9. In fact, yes, 1 to 10 just about. It's got all the way down to the bottom zone on the shift. So your bottom zone area, it's 1 to 20. Again, if we come out of there, just get rid of that. Again, we're testing the zone up on the top of here. Let's just see what would have happened on this. Testing the zone. This would have spiked us out, to be fair. This would have spiked us out. We've come out, done a retest, but it's got you in, but it's no, in fact, if you did the buffer, if we did the buffer, we'd be in on that, to be fair. And again, that technique there, it's gone down, and has it respected this area, this other area? Yeah, the 6.61 here. Look at that. Look at how powerful that line is. So if we measured that out, just take a look with the buffer, the short. So that's your entry, your buffer technique. Down to your green, you're looking at 1 to 11. And again, guys, I'm drilling this down. I've been using this great technique. We're using it at the moment with the platform that I'm part of. But because I'm a little bit more of an intermediate, I wouldn't say I'm advanced. I'm a little bit more of an intermediate sort of style trader. I have a little bit of understanding with regards to the knowledge of the markets and things like that. I've started testing things outside of the tools that we use, as I always do. This is how it helps me help develop people within this team. So once we have that playing field of a pitchfork, whether it's a straightforward Alan Andrews or a shift where it's the 50% area, I'm waiting technically for me to be outside of our warning areas, our zones. Once I'm outside of there, I'm looking for the shift reversal to come back into that zone, and I'm setting my fire starter off. And I'm starting to see some really good results with this. And let's just see if we can find a couple more where we've sort of, it's like an electric fence. It's like and it's getting it to come back in. Okay, so again, see if we can find some more. You can see we've got it here. That's the one that we tested just before. And again, it's just about finding the correct swing point, to be fair. Let's have a look. We'll pick a completely different pair. New York, USDJPY. And again, look at this, guys. Banker strategy will come down. We've caught this here. I mean, this is just going off on a tangent. You've got 81 pips. You've come back down to retest it again. You've got another 50 odd pips out of that. Fantastic stuff. Right, so let's just get rid of that because that's clear. That's what it's had to do. Let's get the wicks from the high. Let's get this right, John. We always start in the 1 hour. Do apologize about this, just need to get this right. And again, you can tell this is impromptu of the night because it hasn't been sort of planned together. So we'll go from there to there. So one there, go from there to there. Change that to a shift. That lowers it down, brings it into the zones. Again, we haven't come out of the zones as such. But again, what I'll be doing is drilling that down to the 15 minutes. So I've got that drill to 15 minutes. Did we come in to retest that? Let's take a look. I don't think we did, but it's worth a look. We broke there. It hasn't come back in though, right? Not bad. Let's get rid of all the drones on there. Just see if we can draw this up somewhere else, to be fair. Just want to be, what's the word? Show you how it's all done, to be fair. Let's have a look. Right, so again, we're on the 15 minute. I must remember to keep put this on the hour. Just see what happens if I put this on a pitchfork. Lower. Original. There's not much moving there. It actually went haywire that. Get rid of that. So you can find a good one that's planned. Here we are. Right, so we get the pitchfork from the high up to there, down to the low, shift, back to the original. Here we go, this could be a good one. Right, so again, we've got the high, we've got the anchor point up to the high and then a low point. Drill it down to 15 minutes. Just got to find where we've got that. Pitchfork at. There we are. As you can see, we'll come out the zones there. Okay, so we originally come out the zones up on the top, where we first broke out of the zone. And where did we get our high point? We got it here. Okay, let's just test this theory from the high down to that next point there. Okay, had the breakout. See this? Breakout. Retest to the pip. Straight down to 616. Short position. Bang. We've come out the zone. We want to go back into that playing field. 616. There's a 1 to 14. Okay, guys. Again, we went down. Did we touch the medium? There or thereabouts. If we come down to that medium area. I'm going to put a line on here, guys. A horizontal line. We'll just go into there. Touch down to there just about. Come all the way down. There's a 1 to 45. Again, not always guaranteed. In hindsight, would you stay in as long as that? Possibly not. But again, what you could be using is this amazing tool called an indicator. Now, what that does, it tells you when you're going down. Okay, and yes, you've got the ups, but look at this. You've got a massive. So you've got a massive down trend. You know. Let's just have a look. You've got this huge downtrend, you know, and what all you got to do is, once you come down, you are still technically, when you think about it, in the pitchfork, you're still within the playing field. Once you've come down, you've retested, and you've come back in this. Once you've come back into here, okay, the area that you just need to sort of remember is a fact of that's the area there. You just need to stay away from, okay. So again, to come down, to come down, to come down. Has it come down any further? Yes, come down to this level. And again, you could use, there is techniques you can use where as long as it doesn't come up above this area out of the field of play, you can still stay in this, to be fair. And again, it even come down as low as that. And then it started to climb back up, okay? So if we have a look at this from the field of play, and again, you're not going to get this, I understand. But again, if you use the advanced techniques and you have got the strong mentality to sort of stay in these sort of trades, there's 1 to 65, to be fair, okay, with no drawdown. That was no drawdown whatsoever. And again, you can use this exclusive tool to keep you within the trade, okay? And also that playing field, the pitchforks, that's your playing field. You know, as long as it doesn't come shooting out of there, you're fine. NZD USD. Let's just see what we'll find one here. Let's get rid of that indicator. 1 hour. It looks like I set someone up earlier on, to be honest, guys. From here, this is a 1 to 5. Let's get rid of that. So you've had a break. You haven't quite had the retest. Not to be fair, USD CAD. I think we've looked at that. Let's take a look. We'll get rid of this. Again, draw your pitch on the 1 hour. Anchor points high, anchor points low. Hasn't really come out the test. We're just starting to get the test here. Okay, guys. So again, markets are just about closing now. To be fair, you need a break and then a retest. Okay, and then you could be off to the races with that. Again, from a fifth, that's on the. We need to get this on a 15-minute. To be fair, right. Get rid of that. So we've had the break. Okay. Just scroll this in. You've had a break. Yeah, you've had more touch here, and then you're off. But again, it's too soon of an entry. Let's have a look at this. Testing it straight on there. There you have, guys, the break, retest, then you're off to the races on that swing point. Again, you've got your medium line, you've got your median line, but look at this here. We've got this respected here. So we'll do 2 tests. And again, we'll conclude it from here, guys. We've got, as you can see, that's where the area is. That's where the area is. And you had no drawdown once again. Let's just drill this out. The blue lines are TP areas that I have. TP1, a 1 to 4, a TP2, you've gone, well, I saw 1 to 6, a TP3, a 1 to 8, and then the 6.618, there's a 1 to 14. But again, we come down that medium line, okay? Now, if we do that to where it touched, there's a 1 to 30. Well, guys, again, great technique that we're starting to use. Okay, this is just it's just a little insight of what we have been doing. But again, I always like to try and go that one step further, go out of my comfort zone and test everything to the hilt. Okay, we've got what we call like a training technique where we keep the stabilizers on people. They can come in and learn this sort of stuff quite easily, okay, within a structured area such as this Ninja Hub, the Ninja Trading Team. From there, there's not just myself, but there's other educators in there that sort of take the concept and we sort of try and push the boundaries on if we can find anywhere else where we can get entries, get exit points, and get the pips and great risk to reward. So that's just a few little concepts of what I've done tonight. If you like what I'm putting out there, again, this one tonight has been a little bit slow with regards to the stuff and the content that I've put out there. But again, I'm doing this on the fly, so I'm showing you my progress, my journey, what I do on a day-to-day basis, especially on a night when I come back into my office, come garage, and I tinker away and I test these sort of scenarios. And what I'm finding right now with regards to how we anchor point each of those areas for a pitchfork, okay? I've anchor pointed that down. I'm waiting for the break of the zones, okay, outside the high median or the low median, and then I sort of drill off my Forex Firestarter fib ratio levels, and then I wait for that breakout, the retest, and then combined with the Ninjacator, I'm getting myself straight back in with some phenomenal, and I say phenomenal risk to rewards, guys, okay? So again, as always, if you like what you're seeing, comment, like, share. I do understand that this one might have been a bit slow, but I want to show you from away from how I trade and how I'm sort of progressing my journey. Can be painfully slow at times, but again, the risk and rewards is fantastic once you get things drilled in and dialed in and you get your eye trained and you get yourself focused into what you do, guys. I hope you found tonight useful. Again, drop the love, hashtag Forex Fire, comment, like, and share. See you later.